For years, this structure had my favorite ghost signs on it. Unfortunately, the city of Detroit is going on an all-out assault against ghost signs, hanging signs, and other marketing materials for closed businesses, so these ones didn't make it. At least, not entirely. As a testament to what we had and what the city took from us for no real reason, let's dive into the history of Lit Pan TV on Shane Street. I believe that this structure was built around 1920. The first mention of it that I found in the paper came in the late 1920s for a florist in the corner storefront. The commercial portion of the building was divided into two storefronts, and the housing in the back likely consisted of multiple units. This district quickly became one of the most densely populated Polish sections of the city. Many former Detroiters will tell you that Shane Street was the best shopping strip around town, and you could spend the day walking from what we now call Poletown East to Hamtramck and back. Today, things are much different. In 1948, Louis Colma opened Lit Pan TV at the corner of Shane and Warren. The spelling was originally Lipan TV, and it was later changed to Lip-Pan TV. Although spelled slightly differently, the most recent tenant shared the same name. Colma grew up on McDougal and was featured in an article in the Detroit Free Press in 1985 talking about the neighborhood's deterioration due to the construction of the GM Poletown Plant. The first mention of the shop I found was for an Admiral Personal Portable TV, which was available at Lit Pan. In 1958, there was an advertisement for reconditioned 17-inch televisions for $39, or roughly $450 in 2025. There were various adverts for the shop throughout the 1960s, but after that, they went silent. This era of Detroit had to be unique for business owners who decided to stay put. Decades prior, when competition was fierce, it was common to see ads all over the newspaper for businesses like Lit Pan. After so many closed or moved to the suburbs, you didn't see as many ads. Maybe it's because the lack of competition made ads less effective, or maybe the profit margins were so low that there wasn't any extra money for ads. Either way, it made properties like this one more challenging to research. In the early 1980s, Detroit and the state of Michigan used eminent domain to demolish the entire north side of the neighborhood to build a new GM factory. If you want a more in-depth look at that piece of history, I recommend watching my video on the Shane Ferry Market, which covers it in more detail. After the plant was built, businesses on Shane were closing even quicker than they had been before. Their customer base was dwindling, and it was much harder to access Shane Street from Hamtramck than it had been before the plant was built. In September 1985, Louis Colma, owner of Lit Pan TV for 37 years, told the Detroit Free Press that the whole neighborhood seems to be getting worse. It's never been this bad since the city tried to help us. If you didn't pull the sarcasm from that, 2 years prior, he said the city tried to kill us being neighborhood businesses, when it severed Shane Street and Joseph Campo from Hamtramck. At the time, the city did think that the new GM plant was a good idea. They were promised 6,000 new manufacturing jobs, which, in an era where good-paying jobs were fleeing the city faster than racist whites, was attractive to politicians. The factory delivered about half those jobs, and the effects on the surrounding neighborhoods, paired with more industry moving into the area, was catastrophic. Norma Kay, of Ferndale, told the Detroit Free Press that on the weekends, a lot of people from the suburbs would go to Hamtramck. Then they'd go straight down Campo to the market, Shane Ferry or Eastern, sometimes both. When the traffic came by, they'd see the store and stop. Now they call me on the phone and have to ask how to get here. Business has dropped 60% since the road closed. Irene Bienick, assistant manager of the Kowalski Sausage Outlet off Shane Street, told the paper that the 25-year-old business's sales were down 50% and that even the bus has to go around the ring road. Fred Schultz, an employee of Bray Auto Parts, lamented that all the families displaced by GM had cars and were their customers, causing their business to decline by 40%. Similar to car parts for used cars, people needed to buy TVs, VCRs, and other electronics, and needed them fixed when they inevitably broke. In 1987, Louis Colma sold Lit Pan TV to his employee, Russell Reynolds. Colma retired to Lake Forest, Florida, a community located between Miami and Fort Lauderdale, and passed away on October 3, 2019, at the age of 94. Shortly after purchasing the shop, Reynolds told the Detroit Free Press that the city chased people out with the new factory. I'd like it if they brought some people back in. He also commented on how much vacant property there was in the neighborhood. I can only imagine what he'd think today. Of the businesses that remained intact in Poletown East in the 1980s, very few would reach the year 2000. However, Lipan TV did. The electronics repair shop was open until around 2013. Over the years, the operation had adapted to offer VCRs and DVD players, and, surprisingly, the shop lasted as long as it did. I've seen many folks talk about their experiences at Lipan back in the day. They had a tube testing machine in-house, so you could bring in a TV tube to see if that's why your set wasn't working. If that was the problem, you could buy a new one, return home, pop it in, and catch the evening news or the big game. For decades, this neighborhood has been resourceful, which enables a business like this to survive. Instead of buying a new product when yours isn't working, it's often cheaper to replace parts or fix the issue rather than tossing it and buying a new one, and that's how Lipan TV survived for decades. Eventually, the business folded around the same time that the city of Detroit declared bankruptcy. By this point, Shane Street was a shell of its former glory. Walking down the street, it felt like something out of a post-nuclear war movie where only storefront churches and the occasional after-hours joint had survived. Despite how far things have fallen and the radical wave of demolition in recent years, there's still hope on Shane Street. Mainstays like the Raven Lounge are still cooking up tunes every weekend, and new operations, like Pink Flamingo, are set to open soon. In the recent Wayne County tax auction, this structure was available for purchase. I'm not sure if it's sold, but I'm excited about the prospect of a new business opening here. Additionally, new housing in the neighborhood can generate new tax revenue for the city and potentially lead to increased city services in the area. Until the foreclosure, the structure was still owned by the family of Russell Reynolds, who purchased the store from his boss. The lot next to it, that the family owns too, is about to be foreclosed upon. Shane Street will never be what it was, but that doesn't mean it can't be something positive for the people who choose to live in this neighborhood. What would you like to see on Shane Street?
If you enjoyed this, please throw a like on the video, drop a comment down below about what you think should happen with this building, and subscribe to the channel for a new video every Friday. If you've already subscribed to the channel and you want to continue supporting, you can look in the description below to buy a t-shirt that I've designed or get a print from my print store. Until next time, this building matters.